In this video, we'll look into import column and export column transformations. And this data flow task, we'll click, and there is an import column. We'll see how to use this import column. For that, let us create a there is a file here, C test. We have this image flower, and the path of this is C test. So this file has got the path C test flower.jpg. So this is a JPG page, flower.jpg. So we'll load this path and this image into a table using the import column. So now let us go to the SQL server. Now create a table, create SQLBasics.bbo.test1. We'll create a table here. We'll have this photo path is care of red, and now this photo is where binary of max null and go. So let us create this table, execute. So now right click, tables, fresh. Just one table has been created here. The columns are photo path where care of 100 and photo where binary of max. So let us select start from SQLBasics.bbo test1. Select star, photo path and photo. There is nothing in this. Now we'll load that to that table. Let us take the flat file source. Let us delete this flat file connection here so that we can create a new one. Double click, create a new flat file connection here, and go to that photo path where the path is there. So it selected that file and it is delimited. Header row delimiter is carry return line feed. Header rows to skip 0. Column names. The first data row, there are no column names. Go to the file, path, there are no column names. So there's a column names in the first data row. We have unchecked that. Now we go to the columns. So we got this column 0 C test flower.jpg, the path which is there inside that file. This is the advanced and this is the preview. Now okay, columns, got this column 0. Okay, now drag the import column. Have this import column here. We will import that file. Double click import column and go to the input columns. Select this column Now go to input output property. Go to import column input, and we have this column and import column output columns. So let us create the output column, add column, and we'll have this photo. Now copy this lineage ID before of this output column photo, and go to the input column 0, and if you go down you see file data column ID. So paste that lineage ID here. Now press OK. So we got this input column. Now let us choose the OLEDB destination. Select it, and this is the test1 table where we want to load this data. Double click, and this is the database server name. Now select the test1 table. We'll expand this. Now go down, select this test1 table which we have created, and this column 0, the photo path, photo matches with OK. Now save it, then now we'll execute this. The one row is coming out of this flat file source to the import column, one row coming out of this import column to the destination table, test1. Close that. We'll go to the database. We'll say select star from test1. See, the photo path is ctestflower.jpg. So if you go to ctest, flower.jpg is in ctest, and this photo has been saved this format, hexadecimal format. That's how you can use this import column to import this binary data. Now before loading it to the table, let us enable a data viewer here, and then check what data it shows. So now if I execute it, so it is showing column 0 as ctestflower.jpg, but photo is showing as long text, because this is a photo and it's a where binary type. So in the database it showed as this file, it's a long text, that's why it is showing here as long text instead of that hexadecimal number would be showing in the table. And now just to recap, so we have this here in ctest, we have this photo path ctestflower.jpg, and this flower.jpg is there here, and we have taken the flat file source, and we have got this column 0 from the flat file source, because this flat file connection here we have connected it to photopath.txt, and we got this column 0 as ctestflower.jpg, and we have used the import column, and input column is column 0. Input output properties have this, created this output column photo, we have added the column, and we have copied this lineage id from this output column to the input column here into the file data column id, and then we have added this test1 table destination table and copied that column 0 to photo path and the photo to photo. So that's how we imported that photo to the destination table. Now let us look into export column transformation. Here in the C test, we have imported the C test files to the database, to the table. So now I have cleared this C test folder and copied those files to C test my test. So C test is clear now. So now we'll export from the table to this location the file we have imported. Now let us take this SQLBIBYTES source. Now let us take this data flow task and then take the SQLBIBYTES source. Double click, and this is the server name, and SQL Basics is the database name, and we'll select from the file test1. From test1 we have these columns photo path and photo. Go to the database and see this, the photo path and photo. We have these columns here, test1. Now this is test1. Now we'll drag the export column. Connect it, and export column is photo, file path column is photo path. Okay, now there's nothing in C test. So if I execute this, so it has successfully completed. One row has been exported, and if I go to C test, this flower has come up here. So that's how these binary files, image files can be imported and exported to different locations. If you like the video, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button. For notifications on upcoming videos, please click on the bell icon.